Today, I got 7 more fishing hacks for you. And they're all pretty dang awesome because they all came from my subscribers. Yeah, my subscribers, they some pretty smart people. I'm just saying. I mean, they watch me, don't they? Anyway, let's don't waste no more time and let's get started on these fishing hacks. Fishing hack number 1. So we all like worms for fishing, right? Well, you know how when you get worms, you take the lid off of them and all them little worms are down in the bottom and you gotta dig around, try to find one. There's one. But they're always down in the bottom. Well, this next hack came to me from one of my subscribers named Curtis. He didn't put his last name. All I know is... But anyway, I appreciate it, Curtis. I'm sorry. Actually, his name is Kurt, not Curtis. Sorry about that. Anyway, when you got worms, instead of having to dig for them, you see what I'm saying? That little booger's already gone. But instead of having to dig for them, they naturally want to go to the bottom. Well, after you get you a worm out of your container, put the lid back on it. And then set it down upside down. Now we're fixing to see if this works. Worms naturally want to go to the bottom. Now the lid's on the bottom, so they're going to go to the top and not know it. But we're going to leave it sitting here for a few minutes. We're going to see if it works. Okay, so our worms have been setting for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now we're going to flip them over and we're going to look and see if they really think that the lid is the bottom of the container and go to the top. Does that make sense? Kind of lost myself a little bit there. Anyway, yep, there they are. They went to the top, which was the bottom. I suppose if you're fishing and you do this for a while, it'll make it really easy to get your worms out. That's a pretty cool hack, actually.
Did you hear about the 2 early birds that was about to catch the worm?
What?
Yeah, they both got killed with 1 stone.
What are you talking about?
Like my old granddaddy, Rattletrap, always used to say, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
Just shut up so we can get on with these dang hacks. Like I was saying, fishing hack number 2. Now, this next hack I got from Ross Evans. He's also one of my subscribers, and he sent me this idea with a video, and it's a pretty cool hack. You're probably like me and wondering what this is. This is a 4-inch plug. In other words, you stick this in a 4-inch piece of pipe, like PVC or cast iron. You tighten it down, and the more you tighten it, the more that rubber is going to bulge out and seal off that pipe. It's kind of like the old plugs that go in boats, if you know what I'm talking about. They also make these plugs in different styles, so you don't just have to get one. I kind of like the old plastic the best. But Mr. Ross Evans had a very cool idea for this, and I'm just going to let him explain it to you.
To introduce our new leader holder hack. Pull it out, cut her off, close her up. What if we run out of leader? How do we put some new leader on there? Take her off, pop it out, change out, put the new one on, put the plate back, self-align, tighten her up, we're ready to roll. Cool.
So basically all they're doing is taking off this nut. You take the top off, then replace this rubber gasket with your leader line. And of course, you have to attach this somewhere to your boat. Put your leader line on it, put the nut back on it. I personally think that this is a really awesome idea. I'm just saying. Hack number 3. Now, most of you guys that's been fishing a while probably know what this is. This is a soft plastic and jig head holder, you know, for your fishing stuff. I also did a video that's kind of like this, where I took a notebook from Walmart that was $5, and then I got some $1 pencil pouches, and you can kind of make the same thing for yourself, but that was a different hack. This is a subscriber hack, and this hack came from William Pittman, and I kind of thought it was cool. And William's idea was to take a pool noodle, then just get you a good razor blade. Take your razor blade and cut up your pool noodle. Now, I used a small pool noodle, so I cut it up into quarters. But when you're done, you'll have a bunch of little pieces of pool noodle. And you see this pocket right here? Almost all of these bags have one of these pockets. I'm pretty sure even the notebook hack that I did, I'm almost positive it had a pocket on it too. But all you gotta do is unzip this pocket and stuff those pool noodles into it. And now you have just added flotation to your lure bag. So now if it does fall in the water, it's gonna float or it's gonna sink really, really slow and give you a chance to get it. And I just thought that was a pretty cool idea. That's all I'm saying.
I just bought a notebook with perforated pages. It's terrible.
Why would you buy a notebook if it's terrible?
It's terrible.
Huh?
Why don't notebooks move?
What are you talking about?
Because they're stationary. You know, stationary. I give up.
Anyway, fishing hack number 4. This right here is a soft bucket. It don't look like a bucket. That's what it is. And I really like that it comes in this cool little bag. But you can take this bucket, add this bag, and pop it open, and it really is a bucket. See what I'm saying? It really is a bucket. And I've had buckets like this on my videos before because I've actually had 2 bucket videos. 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I never thought about doing this with it. You can take this bucket and you could cut a hole in the bottom, or you could put holes around the side according to how you want it to work. And I had a subscriber send me this idea, and he uses this soft bucket as a drift sock. And I thought it was cool because people have told me to do a DIY drift sock, and you really can't get no easier than making one out of this bucket. And I'm pretty sure you can get these buckets in different sizes. But this ain't a bad size just to slow you down a little bit. But Jody sent me a picture of his buckets and he had holes in his. And he said he's been using it for a drift sock for a while. But I thought this was a pretty good idea. I actually made a drift sock out of a bucket on one of my bucket videos. But this idea is a lot better because this bucket fits in this bag. And that's really what makes it cool, because it don't take up that much room. And I'm not sure what drift socks cost nowadays. But you can get these buckets for like $12 or even less sometimes. Fishing hack number 5. Number 5. On one of my hack videos, I'm not sure which hack video it was actually, but it was also on the peg float comparison video I did. I took these spooks. They're just basically unpainted topwater bass lures. But if you buy these things unpainted, I'm thinking I had like $1 a piece into these. But you can paint them yourself and you can make your own bass lures. And if you catfish, you can make what they call a demon dragon, which is basically a bass lure without hooks. And people put it on their line in place of a peg float. And what it does is it holds your hook up off the bottom of the lake so it don't get snagged up. Plus, using a spook over a peg float, you also got something else. You got a rattle, which means now your bait makes sound, and a lot of people thinks that attracts fish better. But anyway, I took some of these unpainted spooks and I painted them, and I said on the video that if it was me, I would probably just leave these things clear. Personally, I'll be honest with you. I would leave these things clear and use them. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. We use clear monofilament, to which a bunch of people commented that these things leak sometimes. You know, like when they ain't painted, they leak. Well, after I got to thinking about it, that does make sense. Because when they put the paint job on these things, it kind of seals them up. But my personal opinion is, I don't think that the color plays a big role in using this for a peg float. Now, what you could do is you could buy you a can of clear coat and paint these things clear so that they wouldn't leak. But one of my subscribers mentioned in the comment section a way that you could seal these things even cheaper and easier. You can buy some clear nail polish, and actually I only spent like 79 cents on this nail polish. But you could take this clear nail polish and all you really need to do is paint around that seam where they put this thing together. Because the whole point is to stop this thing from leaking and to leave it clear so that it kind of disappears in the water. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And whoever left that comment in the comment section, it's a good idea. And put your name in the comment section so we'll know who left it. Number 6. One of my subscribers sent me this idea. These are toothbrush covers.
Speaking of toothbrushes,
Oh,
if John has 30 candy bars and eats 20 candy bars, what does John have?
10.
Cavities. John has cavities. What kind of bears don't have teeth?
I don't know.
Gummy bears.
Anyway, I found these on Amazon, and I've heard of other people doing this before, but I've never tried it. But you can take these toothbrush covers, and this won't work for a gigantic jig, but if you got a small crappy fishing rod, you can put a toothbrush cover over your jig so you don't get your hooks into everything. And that's really not a bad idea. I'm just saying. Toothbrush jig covers. Who would ever thought? Hack number 7. Now, this next hack ain't really a hack, but it goes along with one of my hacks. So it kinda is a hack. Kinda. Michael Ernest also watches my channel, and when he seen the bucket hack video, he wanted to send me something that his small company makes. What it is a 5-gallon bucket handle, and this thing is pretty dang cool. As you can see, it locks over the original handle, and it's called Handle Tech. And I gotta tell you, this thing's comfortable. They're made out of this rubber material that you can bend, and they're really soft on your hand, and when you're carrying something with it, I really like it. But these handle techs are made by a small family company called Tech Products. I don't know what kind of material they use in these handles, but it's pretty dang cool. They also make these funnels that's like indestructible. You can run over them with your car or drop them off a big building or something, and they just pop right back. And they're pretty cool for changing oil and stuff in your boat. I'm just saying. And with that same rubber material, they make dog bones. And they're supposed to be indestructible. I think they are. Something else I didn't see coming. He sent me a jig head mold that his company makes. And I gotta tell you, it wasn't the cheapest jig head mold I ever seen, but it's definitely the nicest jig head mold I've ever seen. Go online and check out Tech Products. I just wanted to give him a shout out because they do make some awesome stuff. Now, you know, those were some freaking awesome fishing hacks. And if you got an idea, you can leave it in the comment section, or you can go to my about section on my channel page, and way down at the bottom of the page you'll find my email address, and you can just send it to me there. And while you're over there on my page, check out some of my videos because I got a bunch of them. I'm just saying. Hey, if you like this video, then you're probably gonna like this video, so go over there and check it out because this video is over.